So here I am in Descript, which actually I am using Descript right now to record this screen share. So that is one thing that Descript can do is screen share recordings. But what I primarily use it for is to edit podcast episodes. So I actually you can see I'm wearing the same thing. I actually just got off this interview. And so I created a new video file and uploaded this video that I had recorded in StreamYard. And the thing that I really like about using Descript to edit is that you can edit it like a Word document. So, like, you see how there's these filler words, or they're called filler words. So, if I click on that and say remove filler words, there's 132 of them. So, I can choose to remove individually. Or now here it says 232 more words found. Upgrade your plan. I'm on the $15 a month plan, but if you get like the $30 a month plan, you can get filler words removed, like the word like and you know. The problem though I find with that is there are some times where you have to use the word like or you know. For example, let's say you're saying, you know that time when, that's not a you know that you want to remove. And the AI isn't quite there yet in terms of figuring out when you should edit out a you know. So sometimes it's not a filler word. Or if you're saying like, there are times where it's not a filler word. You might be like, in that example, you would probably want that like there. But most of the time, you don't want ums or uhs. So there's 132 of those. I just say remove all, and it's gone. That's one of the main things I like to use it for. And then you can show the timeline here. For example, let's say you wanted to get rid of the word crappy. You just highlight it and you can remove it that way. Or you can actually drag this over like that. Another thing that I recommend is that you go to Underlord here and click Studio Sound, which I've already applied Studio Sound to this, so it's already done, but it takes out background noises and things like that. So it just sounds better. So I usually export the audio and then I also export the video to put on YouTube and to make clips out of. That is a very brief tutorial on Descript. There's so many things that Descript can do, but this is the main thing that I use it for is to remove filler words, to apply studio sound, and to be able to edit based on words versus like if you were using Audacity, for example, which is free, that you have to edit based on waveforms and stuff like that. So it's a little more technical, whereas this just is a lot easier, especially if there's certain words you're wanting to remove. Descript is pretty awesome. Another thing I wanted to mention is say you want to add the mid-roll. I usually pick a spot roughly halfway through. I actually am doing a mid-roll for this one. So you know what? I haven't actually gone through this and edited it, but if I wanted to, let's see, this thing is 46 minutes. So let's just say like 23 minutes. I like to put it where like the end is kind of a topic has ended and then I'm moving into another topic and then I'll put the ad in there. So right here might be a good spot. So if I were to go hit enter a couple times, and then I go in here and I will enter in. So I will go down here to stock. What I recommend is right before and right after the ad having some kind of sound so that it makes it clear to the listener that there is an ad or something that's outside of the interview or the conversation, the main content. Otherwise, it could be confusing if you just place the ad in and it's like goes straight from the interview to an ad to the interview. So I go under stock and audio and I do sound effects. Depends on what plan you have as to what sounds you can use. But this one I usually use, it's just 1 second. So I will hit the plus sign and it adds it there. Now I need to move this over, drag this over. So basically right now, this is what it sounds like.
Now, I disagree with that belief.
You mentioned Ghost, but now I want to add the ad. So I do that, enter, and then I will add my file. This is the ad right here. And then I will this over. Then when I want to add the ad, I do that, enter, add file, This is the ad I want to use. And there it is. Transcribe. And this Sweet Dash ad, I actually recorded in Descript as well. Oh, that's another thing. You can do more than just editing. You can actually record straight into, so that's what I've been doing lately. There it is. That's the end. So then I go enter. That basically tells them that there's a new scene or a new part. And then I want to add that sound effect again. So audio, so plus, add that in. Okay, so now I just need to see how this is overlapping with that. We don't want that because that means it'll play while those words are going on. So I want that right there. So now unlimited potential. You mentioned go. So that's like, that was the end of the ad, and then the little sound, and then it goes right back in. Hopefully that gives you a feel for like some of the things you can do. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do in Descript, and it's just consistently getting better. It's honestly one of my top SaaS tools that I use at least weekly, if not more. I mean, I'm using it right now to do this screen share, so if that gives you an idea, it's one of the few things that I actually pay for every month and totally find it worth it. So hope that helps.